Hi, my name is Rich Smith. I want to welcome you to the Infinite Filmmaker webinar series. In order to make it easier to understand our connection to the creator of this physical universe, I created a metaphor. It's based on the idea that life is a movie created by God, the Infinite Filmmaker. And everything that the Infinite Filmmaker can do in the macrocosm of the universal movie, which is limitless, it can and it does do in the microcosm of our individual life's movie. The first thing I want you to understand is that this movie called Life was conceived of through the mind of the Infinite Filmmaker. And nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken away from it. For it's already complete in the mind of the Infinite Filmmaker. Everything in your life is unfolding in perfect order. If you could only see your life through the eyes of the Infinite Filmmaker, then you would be able to see how glorious a life it is. That's what this class is about. It's about seeing your life from another perspective, not the one that we've been accustomed to witnessing. The life that you are now living is simply a result of all of your past beliefs about what is possible and not possible for you to experience. It's time for you to create another version of your life's movie. I have come to realize that everything that exists in this universe has its origins in the mind of the Infinite Filmmaker and has come into existence through the power of that mind. God, the Infinite Filmmaker, maintains, sustains, and creates everything in the universe and does it perfectly, wholly, and completely. So why would we, with our little minds and limited thinking, want to mess with it anyways? We are merely characters in this ever-expanding movie. We're reflections of a mind who knows itself to be all that it is and expresses itself through and in and as each and every one of us in this movie called life. For those of you who have made the casting call and have been blessed with a part in this wonderful movie called Life, I congratulate you, and I encourage you to live it to the fullest. One of my spiritual mentors, Reverend Michael Beckwith of the Agape Spiritual Center, once told me that if you tossed an inner tube into the Atlantic Ocean and a turtle popped its head up once every 1,000 years, that there is a far greater chance of that turtle popping its head up through that inner tube than it is for you to be born. Yet, you made it through all of the interviews, auditions, callbacks, and cattle calls to take part in this movie called Life. Count your first blessing. Yes, we are the greatest characters ever created in the greatest story ever told. And it's time that we lived up to that reputation and stopped seeing ourselves as insignificant extras in a movie that is going nowhere. I don't believe that the Infinite Filmmaker does anything in an imperfect way, because I don't think that there is any imperfection in the greatest director of that greatest story ever told, the story of your life. From the wardrobe and prop departments to the set design and location sites, everything is possible for us to have in our individual life's movie. What I would like to stress in this class is that there is nothing to keep you from experiencing everything that you desire in your life. And it is my goal to show you how to attain the abundance, prosperity, and success as an artist that you so deserve and experience in your life's movie. Do you want to experience more peace, harmony, and joy in your life as you pursue the work you were created to do? Then you must begin to see your life as the Infinite Filmmaker intended it to be, perfect, whole, and complete. The concepts that I'm about to introduce to you are very challenging to understand, and it may take a while for them to make sense to you. I assure you that when you understand these spiritual principles and you begin to apply them to your life, you will experience more peace, joy, and happiness in your life. You will also be able to break through all of the blocks that may be keeping you from experiencing abundance, prosperity, and success. You are about to create the director's cut of the movie of your life, and once you do, you will never be able to sit through the studio version again. You know, if you have been one of the fortunate ones to be able to see through the false illusion that your life is being created by outside forces to the truth of your being as a co-creator of everything that happens in your life, then you are well on your way to creating. So no matter where you are in your life right now, it can and will change. And that is the purpose of this class. To help you see the infinite possibilities for your life, and then to raise your consciousness and vibration to such a high level that you begin to experience every good thing that you can imagine in your movie called life. Each of us were brought into this world for a special purpose. And by the end of this class, you will be well on your way to experience a life with purpose and fulfillment, and nothing will be able to take that away from you. Not even yourself. The old movie for your life will give way to a higher vision filled with infinite possibilities and unlimited potential. You know, when I look around me, I see a lavish world that is filled with so much substance and supply that it's nearly mind-boggling and leaves me in awe of the infinite filmmaker's ability to create whatever it desires in the universe. There is nothing lacking in this universal movie. From the infinite solar system to the smallest of microorganisms, there is nothing being held back from creation, and everything is possible for us to experience in our individual movie and without limitation. Think about this infinite filmmaker who has the ability to create everything that it desires in its movie. Now, if I were a filmmaker and I had that kind of power, let me assure you that there is nothing that I would hold back from creating in my movie. I would make sure that everything that I could think of was written. The question to be considered here is that if the infinite filmmaker has the power to create anything and everything in its universal movie, then why is it holding back from creating the things in your life's movie that are important to you? I personally don't believe that the infinite filmmaker, whose nature is one of expansion and creation, is holding back anything from your life. And I further affirm that it is you that is blocking any experience that will bring you peace, joy, harmony, and success in your life. The goal here is to discover what are the beliefs that are blocking you from receiving all of your good in this life, and then to immediately eliminate them from your consciousness. I don't believe that the infinite filmmaker does anything in an imperfect way, because I don't think that there is any imperfection in the greatest director. Our conscious mind has been trained to see life through the eyes of fear, doubt, and worry. So it is no wonder that we have so many struggles in life. You have to understand that the movie that you are living is created in perfection. And although it doesn't always seem that way, things are unfolding just as they were meant to be. Everything that you are experiencing is perfect just the way it is. When you understand this principle and begin to live it from that consciousness, everything that you experience in your life will change for the better, and you will be able to sing your way through life. You know, I trained with a coach who told me not to believe anything that anyone tells me, and more importantly, don't believe anything that I tell myself. Don't believe your own mind.
We teach an incredibly powerful program called the Enlightened Warrior Training. And in that training, there's a saying that the true warrior can tame the cobra of fear. Was the key word? Tame the, it doesn't say kill the cobra. It doesn't say get rid of the cobra. It doesn't say run away from the cobra. It says what? Tame the cobra of fear. It is not necessary to try and get rid of fear in order to succeed. You understand? Listen closely. Rich and successful people have fear. Rich and successful people have doubts. Rich and successful people have worries. They just don't let those things stop them. Unsuccessful people have exactly the same feelings, but they let those things stop them. Do you understand? Susan Jeffers wrote a wonderful book entitled Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Fear is part of every successful person's life. So how do you develop the trait? The what? The trait of action in spite of fear. Is that the key? What is it? What's the key? Action in spite of fear. Say it with me. Action in spite of fear. One more time. Action in spite of fear. One more time. Action in spite of fear. Do you understand what I just said there? What you just said? It's not about not having fear. It's about being able to take what? Action in spite of fear. Even while the fear is there, it doesn't matter. Fear cannot stop you.
You know, I trained with a coach who told me not to believe anything that anyone tells me, and more importantly, don't believe anything that I tell myself. Don't believe your own mind is what he encouraged, and rightly so. Let's first take a look at the infinite filmmaker as omniscient being. Webster's dictionary defines omniscient as knowing everything, having very extensive knowledge. It is all-knowing. Hi, my name is Rich Smith. I want to welcome you to the Infinite Filmmaker webinar series. You know, in order to make it easier to understand our connection to the creator of this physical universe, I created a metaphor. It's based on the idea that life is a movie created by God, the infinite filmmaker. And everything that the infinite filmmaker can do in the macrocosm of the universal movie, which is limitless, it can and it does do in the microcosm of our individual life's movie. You know, the first thing I want you to understand is that this movie called Life was conceived of through the mind of the infinite filmmaker. And nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken away from it. For it's already complete in the mind of the infinite filmmaker. Everything in your life is unfolding in perfect order. If you could only see your life through the eyes of the infinite filmmaker, then you would be able to see how glorious a life it is. That's what this class is about.